everybody. Welcome to Integrated Science. I am Mr. Veatch. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time going over the class itself, answering any questions that you may have, and introducing myself. Okay, so let's just get started. First thing, I would hope that you would have your syllabus in front of you. If you don't have it, go ahead and press pause. I'll wait, then we can go over a few things. Okay, the very first thing on that syllabus, there's a highlighted section at the very top, and what it states is that you must purchase an online code to have access to all of the quizzes and the final for the class. Now, you know, there's no option to this. You have to get it done. If you bought a brand new book, you should find a little sleeve in there that looks like it should hold a CD or a DVD-ROM, and instead of being a disc in there, there's a little slip of paper, and on that paper there's a big old long code. That should grant you access to the class. If you purchase the used book and that little slip of paper is in there, chances are it's already been used. The person just kept that paper in there. Either way, once you go into that Connect website, I actually have a link to it on my syllabus. That's where you'll have to go. If you don't have the proper code, it will ask for some credit card information. The cost is $29.99, and once again, it's not an option. You got to do that part of it. Okay. Once you actually get into the class, and you'll see this when I'm giving you your little tutorial, you'll notice that the start date on all of the quizzes is exactly the same. The only thing it's not the same on is the final. Okay. Now, with all of the start dates being at the same time, what that's doing is allowing you to work ahead. And I think that's a smart thing to do, especially in an independent class like this. Working ahead is smart, especially if you have a vacation coming up, if you know you have to attend a wedding, you know, who knows what it is. It gives you a little bit of flexibility. The only thing that there is not any flexibility on is the due date. When something's due, it's due. If you don't get it turned in by the due date, it's an instant zero that goes into the book. So make sure you are working ahead and you are keeping on schedule for everything. On the syllabus, there is an actual schedule. If I were you, I'd print it off, hang it on your computer, hang it on the refrigerator, just put it somewhere where you will actually see it and you know when everything's due. Okay. The final's a little bit different. There's only a window starting at the end of the semester. You get 3 or 4 days to actually work on that final. Make sure that you're ready for it and make sure you get it completed, because the final is actually fairly big and it's worth quite a few points. Okay. Now, let's just say for a moment, this always happens. Somebody thinks that they should be getting 100% in the class, and they bombed a quiz or two, and all of a sudden they want extra credit. Generally speaking, I'm not an extra credit guy. I do assign one paper that I offer as an extra credit type of thing, but that paper is fairly detailed and it's fairly tough. Okay, it's a 5-page paper. I'm asking for lots of detail. It's fun for me, probably not so much fun for you, so I would do everything I could to not do that extra credit assignment. Now, there is one thing you can do for your grade. It's an option that I'm giving you. You'll notice on the very last page of your syllabus, there's a little section there that states that if you wish, you may complete a portfolio. Now, that portfolio, if you choose to do it, you have to let me know. There's a date on the syllabus that states when you have to let me know by. You let me know, you do the portfolio. Now, that portfolio, since it's worth 40% of the grade, what it does is it kind of pads a few things and it allows you to not panic as much. The portfolio must contain notes, all of your handwritten notes, and it must contain images when appropriate. I'm also going to suggest that it contains all of those chapter review questions. Okay. Once you choose to do it, there's no going back. You can't say, yeah, I want to do it, and then all of a sudden say, I changed my mind. I did pretty good on the next quiz. Once you choose to do it, you are in. Okay. So we got all of that out of the way. Honestly, I love the class. Integrated Science is so cool because it combines physics with chemistry to earth science and eventually to biology. It's just all of the sciences put together. It's done fairly fast. It doesn't go in as deep as if you were in a real solid physics or chemistry or biology or earth science class. It kind of gives you an overview of everything. It's an extremely fun class. As always, as you're working, if you ever need anything, feel free to email or even call. My contact information is located on the syllabus. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is when you're working on a quiz, don't think that, oh, I don't know that one, I'm going to email Mr. Veatch. Chances are If you're working on it late at night or on a weekend, I'm not going to get that email. So you need to keep that in mind. Start asking questions before you actually take the quiz. Okay, communication is extremely important. I'll shoot out a few emails just reminding you guys of a few things. But when you have real life questions, email me or call me. If you're in the area and you want to stop by and talk, you're more than welcome to do that too. Okay, so with all of that being said, I'm excited to get the semester going. I think you guys will really enjoy the class, and stay tuned for my little tutorial on how to use Connect. Thanks, guys. Hello everybody, let's get you started in Connect through your McGraw-Hill book. Basically it's pretty easy. What I want you guys to do is take your syllabus and go to the website that I have printed on there. Now that website is a shortened one, so it looks a little different than this, but once you type it in, it's going to take you to this website, okay? And while we're at it, I want you to go ahead and bookmark connect.mcgrawhill.com. Just bookmark this entire thing. That way in the future, when you get ready to log in, you're just going to type in your email and your password and you're good to go. Now, let's make sure you're in the right place. If you're in Integrated Science 2, this is the way it looks. If you're in Integrated Science 1, this is going to say ISC 155, Integrated Science 1, and then right here it'll say ISC 155, but everything else is the same. In order to get registered, you're simply going to click on that register button. It's going to take you here. You're going to enter in your email, click submit, and then it's going to walk you through a few things. You're going to set up a password, and then eventually you're going to pay for the online course. It's going to ask for some credit card information. Fairly simple and straightforward. There shouldn't be any problems with that. Okay, as soon as you get that part of it done, I want you to actually email me and say, hey, Mr. Veatch, I am officially registered. So if you could do that, that would be a huge help to me. But in the future, once again, you're going to go to your website. You're going to type in your email and then your password. And then it'll take you to your sections. Now, mine's quite a bit bigger than your guys's. Let's just say for now you're in Integrated Science 1. So I'm going to go to that spring section. Once again, you should only have this one section available to you. So I'm clicking on it, and now I am officially in. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, this is the way it looks for me. Notice you don't have this option. I'm just going to switch it to the student home view. Not a lot different. There's just a few less things over here on the side. Okay, in order to show you everything, I got to be back in here, and we're going to go ahead and begin. Very first thing up here, messages. If I have any messages for you, they are going to show up here. As a matter of fact, I do have one. It's welcoming you to the class. So you don't actually have to respond to them. It's just little hints or helpful information. Okay. The biggest thing you're going to want to look at is this section right here. These are your assignments. Notice there are 13 quizzes and one final exam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Chapter 1 quiz. This is what it's going to look like, pretty much like this for you guys. Okay. Every time you select a quiz, it's going to give you one question at a time. Simply read the question, place your answer. Just so you know, there can be more than one right answer. So make sure you're paying attention to that. If there needs to be two things selected and you only selected one, you just missed it. Okay. Once you're done with the quiz, I have it set up to inform you of everything that you missed, and it even kind of points you in the right direction where the right answer could have been found. Okay. So you're going to do each one of these. Notice that they all start on the 17th, but they're due at different times. Okay, Chapter 1 you got to have done by January the 27th. If it's January the 28th, guess what? You can't do it. It doesn't count. Okay, so there's that information. Pretty easy, fairly straightforward. Wanted to show you one other thing. I've been placing in some bookmarks to some really neat resources for you guys. Chapter 2, it's a doozy in Integrated Science 1. And so what I've done is I've placed in quite a few items here. I'm just going to take us to one. And what it does is it brings a video up. It's going to load up right here, which is giving you an animated tutorial.
The motion of objects is a very
common
and important occurrence.
Pretty neat stuff. Okay, you can make it bigger than this. You just go to a full screen view, so not a lot to it. Walks you through basically everything dealing with motion, velocity, acceleration, free fall, and then finally at the end of some of these, it actually gives you a kind of a little game that you have to figure some stuff out. Okay, so fairly useful. Make sure you take some time looking at all of those items. All right, now other things that are going to be found here. I think the biggest thing right here, my email. If you ever need anything, just click on this and email me. Okay, it's straightforward and it's simple, guys. So make sure you're taking your time. Don't get behind. Feel free to work ahead. And as always, you need something, just email me. That's all I'm asking for. Hope that answers your questions. If not, rewind, watch it again. Otherwise, I look forward to getting your email stating that you're actually in the class. And good luck, folks. I'm looking forward to working with you.